Welcome to Inside the LeFleur Museum District, where we explore how our museums spark curiosity, strengthen our community, and leave a lasting impact on tourism and education in Jackson, Mississippi. This project is sponsored in part by Visit Jackson. You're going to hear from each of our directors and hear about some incredible things happening in our community that you may not know about. All right, I'm glad to be around the table with you ladies this morning. I want to get started by just who we are, who the LeFleur Museum District is. So we each come from a museum here in Jackson, Mississippi off of Lakeland Drive and I-55. So take a few minutes and let's talk about our museums and where we come from. Angel, you want to start?
Sure. I'm Angel Ronke, the director of the Mississippi Museum of Natural Science. We are one of 9 museums accredited in the state of Mississippi. Less than 4% of science centers are accredited across the nation. When you visit our museum, you'll see 100,000 gallons of aquariums with over 200 live species of animals. We also have exhibits that show displays of diverse habitats from across Mississippi. We also serve as a STEM institution of the state, housing over 2 million specimens documenting the flora and fauna of Mississippi.
I'm Teresa Love. I'm the director of the Ag Museum. I've been at the Ag Museum for close to 30 years, and we have 40 acres of a wonderful crossroads town that we highlight, a doctor's office and a print shop and a forage council that comes and highlights the demonstrations for us. We encourage everyone to come so that they can see the past in agriculture and then the future careers in agriculture.
My name is Emily Hoff. I'm the executive director of the Mississippi Children's Museum. I've been with the museum just a little over 11 years now and serving as the executive director since 2021. Our museum is 40,000 square feet indoors, and we have 13,000 square feet of outdoor play space full of exhibits and educational opportunities, not only for children, but also for the people who care for them. We have been ranked one of the top 4 children's museums for the last 3 years by USA Today, and we are very proud to be situated in the beautiful LeFleur's Bluff State Park.
And I'm Andrea Patterson. I'm the executive director of the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame. We opened our doors in 1996 with the mission to preserve, protect, and promote Mississippi's rich sports history, and to do it in a way that's engaging and interacting for our families and community to come and learn about these incredible athletes who have shaped our country and are on a national level and even on an international level in so many different sports. And together, the 4 of our museums make up the LeFleur Museum District. We were established in 2014. It's hard to believe it's been that many years since we first had the original conversations about the museum district. And when we first started, it was an idea about maybe we could do a joint ticket. Maybe we could provide, some cohesive branding, some cohesive marketing. And how it's grown. It's grown into such an incredible powerhouse where our communities and our travelers can come and experience sports, science, history, education, all right there together in a quarter-mile stretch from each other. And as so many of you mentioned, national accreditation, USA Today, top 4 museum. We are award-winning museums. So much so that in 2018, we were given the Southeast Tourism Society's award for our tourism partnership and tourism promotions and branding. I want to talk a little bit about how collaboration has really amplified the LeFleur Museum District and what we've done together, which has really come through in some of our signature events. And the next one we have coming up is Weeks of Wonder. So that's going to take place in the month of March, and it will be a real highlight to spring break travel or spring break in your backyard. And we each will be offering different programming and different interactive, engaging activities for our visitors throughout the month of March. Talk about a little bit what each of you guys are going to do for Weeks of Wonder, what you have going on at your museums. I know, Teresa, you guys have Spring Farm Days, right?
Yeah, Spring Farm Days, March the 7th through the 8th, and it'll be from 9 to 2. And we're excited. It's kind of a bookend to our Harvest Festival, which is our signature event. So we'll be planting and we'll be running the sawmill and different things. So we're excited.
Great. Emily, tell me, y'all have some STEAM things going on, right?
We have a week of STEAM activities. We'll have a different feature each day for children and families to come and enjoy an interactive experience where they can tinker and make messes at our museum instead of at home at their kitchen counter. So most parents appreciate that.
That's great. What about you, Angel?
Yeah, we always celebrate our pollinator day during our spring break week.
Right.
And so we'll have all kinds of live animal demonstrations. We'll have pollinator gardening and live, we'll have native plants. So it'll be a really fun week.
That's exciting. So over at the Sports Hall of Fame, we have our interactive exhibits that are going to be up and running. So we have a Hall of Fame stadium where you can actually step into the game and become the game-winning quarterback or MVP pitcher and really get to take it to the next level and be active and interactive. We know we have these kids that got to get their energy out when they're not in school. So we're looking forward to welcoming them for Weeks of Wonder through the month of March. Another one of the partnerships that I want to talk about is the Mississippi Science Festival. Emily, can you kind of talk about how that became and what it's transitioned to over the past 10 years?
Yes, I would love to. The Mississippi Science Festival is something that all 4 of our museums take a lot of pride in. It is the 3rd week of September, and we have really built up the event over the years. We started with just a festival day on a Saturday, but we've now added events almost every single day of the week that pertain to different areas of science, technology, engineering, and math. This year, save the date for the week of September 14th. It's going to be wonderful. Last year, we expanded the festival even outside of our original LeFleur Museum District footprint and included locations in East Mississippi at the Mississippi Children's Museum in Meridian, the Delta at the B.B. King Museum, and the Coast at the Walter Anderson Museum. We also had a satellite location in Jackson at the Bean Path, and so we really are looking at this as an opportunity to not only expand the awareness around science in Jackson, but statewide. For our Jackson visitors, it's a really, really special opportunity because you can visit all 4 museums for $10. And it's an amazing day. We have vendors at each location. And so it's just a wonderful opportunity for children and families to experience a very wide range of science. One of my favorite things about it is riding our shuttle bus in between locations. We have food trucks. We have all kinds of fun activities going on outdoors, and every year it changes a little bit. So even if you've been in the past, you can come back and experience something different. Last year, between all the different events over the week-long course, we saw over 6,000 visitors. So this festival that was originally just a little Saturday collaboration with our 4 museums has really turned into, I believe you used the word earlier, powerhouse, and I like that. We're going to continue that theme, but has really turned into an amazing, not only community event, but also statewide.
Yeah, I was going to say for the Sports Hall of Fame, that was our largest attended day last year, and it's just truly incredible. My favorite part is there's always somewhere I can get like an ice cold treat because it's typically still hot in September.
Still hot.
So
oh, yes.
Whether it's popsicles or snow cones or what it is, I'm going to be finding that on Science Fest Day. Well, I want to talk a little bit about just kind of the improvements that we've all been continuing to make in the area, in our museums, especially one of our biggest accomplishment, something to be so proud of, is our playground. So Angel, talk to us a little bit about the playground project. I know that was kind of like another baby for you and Emily.
Sure. Yeah. So Emily and I, during the pandemic, we were home, for 3 months. And from home, we were picking out colors and structures. And we were building this state-of-the-art playground. So that opened in December of 2021, a 30,000 square foot, 21st century playground. It's beautiful, as you know. And it has over 80 play structures. 73 of those structures are inclusive to those with accessibility needs. And so it's just a really, really great playground. And we also have additional amenities such as the outdoor amphitheater, the Den. So we have a lot of events out there for our special events. We have music and we have family reunions out there and birthday parties every weekend. And we also have the Spotters Adventure Trail that connects our 2 museums and connects to the museum trail. And we're just so grateful to the Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi Foundation for their generous donation, just really bringing that health and well-being to Mississippians on a daily basis. And to date, we've seen over 500,000 visitors to the playground.
That's incredible. Over 500,000.
One of my favorite parts about the playground is pretty much on any given day, you can walk out there and hear multiple languages being spoken. There are children of all different backgrounds playing together, making friends, and it's just been a really amazing thing to watch our community rally around that space and really take ownership of it and feel a lot of pride in having that in Jackson and in our LeFleur Museum District.
And I think, too, when you drive by it on I-55 and you just see the children playing and the beautiful colors, and we've talked about this before, it's a beacon of hope for our city. And I think that that is so unique and much needed in our city and in our state. I'm just so proud to be a part of it and that we all get to share in these kind of incredible, monumental moments for our city. I want to talk a little bit more about what it means for us to be situated so close together and what it means for our community to be able to visit us. Teresa, can you kind of talk about that?
Yeah, I think it's great that families that come that visit our state don't have a lot of time to be able to see, all these different museums if they were further apart. But we're so close together that you're able to go to all 4 museums within the day. And, with the playground out there and being able to be outside, 365 days out of the year you can be outside. And so I think that's so important for families and children in this area to be able to do that.
Right. I mean, just the quality of life that it's able to offer our community, I think, is really, truly incredible.
Yeah, and just last week I was visiting with some visitors at the playground, and they were in, for a hospital visit at Batson, and so they're going to be in Jackson for 3 days, and the playground and museum district was one of their stops, so to kind of break up the hospital visit.
I want to give our listeners today a real inside view. You each are so passionate in your job as director of the museums that I want us to share a little bit about what your favorite part of the museum is. So each of us can kind of talk about what our favorite exhibits are.
My favorite part is strolling down Main Street. You see the church at the very end of the street. You hear children laughing and running down the street like it would have been in the 20s. Being able to go in the general store and get a bottle of Coke and walk down the street and go to the barnyard and see the animals, and maybe have a talk with Farmer Brad so he can tell you all about the goats and the chickens and the turkeys. And a lot of children, think milk comes from Kroger, and Farmer Brown used to tell them it comes from the cow. So, but I think that probably is one of my favorite places to be, and I love to sit on the farmstead porch in the rocking chair and visit with kids and teach them how to churn butter, and it's just a great place.
And I love the way that you guys truly embrace all your seasons, from harvest season to spring farm days. Y'all are always doing something over next door to me.
We are. When Small Town Mississippi comes to life in November, we are ginning cotton, we are running the sawmill. So it's wonderful to see the demonstrators out there that children today, learning the past, know where we can take them into the future.
I'll echo that and say our family does not miss a farm day or a pumpkin adventure or the homestead. That's some of our favorite memories as a family. And every visit to the Ag Museum ends at the general store.
Every single one, us too. We would not miss pumpkin adventures.
Yes, they know. My children know. At the end, they get to go pick out a treat, and it really is special. And I know that's creating core memories for them that they will remember, and that's really special.
Well, Emily, tell us a little bit about. I don't know how you would pick something that's your favorite.
Well, we have so many great exhibits, but I think my very favorite is our Mississippi Map Top experience. It's right in the center of our museum, and to me, it highlights all the things that are unique and special about our state. At our museum, literacy, health, STEAM are all important, but another one of our pillars is cultural heritage, and we really want every child that comes through our doors to be able to see a part of our state and identify with that. So we have a Gulf Coast shrimp boat, we have the Piney Woods, we have the Windsor Ruins from Natchez, we have a Choctaw dwelling, we have the Capitol, we have Mount Woodall, which is the highest point in our state, as a slide. So there are all types of landmarks that children and families can come and see and really feel ownership of our museum, and I love that part of it. Now, if we're talking seasonally too, I have to say, of course, my favorite seasonal thing is our slide. If you have not visited the Children's Museum between Thanksgiving and New Year's, put that on your list for the for the coming year because we turn our main staircase into a 2-lane racing slide from the second floor to the ground floor. So it's a lot of fun and lots of excitement and lots of children having a good time, and grown-ups. Adults can also ride the slide.
This is inside the LeFleur Museum District, so I'll give you the inside scoop that every year when it opens, I call over there and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go down the slide, and I'll come over and go down the slide once.
We say, come on over.
Every time. And I know my kids love the exhibit with your Nissan car. You guys recently just upgraded that, and it's so incredible. I mean, kids love that Nissan car.
Thank you. Yes, it's been really fun to have. We have our first electric vehicle, a Nissan Aria, now in our museum, and it's been great to show the advances in manufacturing and be able to also have something there that Mississippians can feel proud of. Our Nissan plant in Canton is a huge asset to our state and something that all Mississippians should feel pride in.
The education just wrapped into your museum is truly incredible, and I think that we all strive for that, but you guys are just knocking it out of the park, as well as our science museum. You guys do too. Angel, is it the two-headed snake or is it something else that's your favorite?
It's the two-headed snake, but definitely the aquarium hallway. That is one of my favorites. On a quiet day, it's just so peaceful to walk through the aquariums, but then, you have your crazy days of just hundreds and thousands of kids running through and looking, and from age, 0 to 100, and it's so great. Like, the aquarium hallway is definitely my favorite.
Yeah, and I know, especially those elementary age students, like my child loves y'all's camps. You guys do so many great
our summer camps. So, and so they get to sleep down in the aquarium. So they spend the night at the museum. And so, our summer camps are very, very immersive, and they're outdoors from, the time they get there to the time they leave. And it's just such an experience for them to get out and get connected to conservation and just real live research. They go behind the scenes and go into our collections where we house 2 million specimens. They go in the field with researchers. Last summer, they got to work up a bear and do research on a live bear. It was just incredible. Things that kids get to do that adults don't get to do until they get their first job in the conservation field.
Okay, remind me what the owl's name is. Is it
Griffin?
That one's my favorite. Yes. I like Griffin. He's pretty cool.
Griffin. He just visited the mustard seed yesterday and delivered letters, and we had a great outreach program with him yesterday.
That's awesome.
Andrea, y'all just went through a renovation, and your space is looking incredible. I was so glad we got to go into it the other day. Tell us a little bit about y'all's renovation and some of your favorite parts of your museum.
We are thrilled to have just finished a $4 million building renovation. It's hard to believe. Thank you. Our lobby space was in such need of revamping and updating for our visitors, and so we completely revamped our lobby space. We added new touchscreen kiosks, which is truly the heart and soul of our museum, is the stories that we tell of these athletes. And so these kiosks will provide our visitors the ability to look through thousands of archival videos. It's interviews. You can hear directly from Jerry Rice himself about his career. And so that's what makes it unique for me. It's one of my favorite parts. If we're talking specific exhibit, though, I love the Sports Illustrated exhibit. So we actually showcase anytime a Mississippi team or athlete has been featured on the national cover of Sports Illustrated, we showcase that in the museum. And you can see it go from covers in the original days of Sports Illustrated from the 1960s all the way up to covers with Dak Prescott on it that are happening right now. So it's really neat to see the evolution and the impact that Mississippi sports has had on a national level like that. Speaking of improvements, I want to talk a little bit about what's next for all of us. We've got a big year in 2026, especially when it comes to some developments to the area. Emily, you want to talk a little bit about the project?
Sure, yes. Well, one of our shared dreams that we've been talking about for years and years and years, even before I was at the museum, is a pedestrian bridge to connect our 4 museums over Lakeland Drive. We've shared about how easy it is to get from museum to museum, but imagine if you could park your car one time and really visit all 4. I'm thrilled to share that dream is going to become a reality this year, and we will be breaking ground later in 2026 on a pedestrian bridge that will go across Lakeland Drive. It will start going upwards in the parking lot area where North Jackson Youth Baseball is and land in Jamie Fowler Boyle Park. and it will be incredible. People will be able to walk and bike and enjoy the beauty of LeFleur's Bluff and come across the street and visit our incredible neighboring museums. So we are thrilled that this dream is finally becoming a reality. Another exciting development in the area is the creation of the LeFleur's Bluff Conservancy. This is the Mississippi's first conservancy, our first public-private partnership over on the land that used to be the old golf course will now be turned, it now is a conservancy, and there are a group of leaders working in that space to ensure that amazing, excellent, high-quality, family-friendly opportunities come into that space. So you may have to stay tuned to learn a little bit more about that in the future, but just know that there are a group of people dreaming big dreams and very committed to making sure that Mississippi has this amazing green space for all of our people that visit us. Another aspect of our district that's really special is we are right in the center of basically a college town. I mean, we have multiple colleges and universities. We have a medical center. We just have such a diverse population of young people and young families and professionals, and we really want them to stay. We want these young people to stay in Mississippi, and I see our 4 museums as an anchor for our community and the good that we are doing. And so that gets me excited. That keeps me motivated to work hard and just to see where we are 5-10 years from now. I think it's going to be really exciting.
I'm so glad that you said that, because truly when people think museums, you think, oh, is that something I do on vacation? And that is just not the case for our museums. We have local visitors, with people in Jackson in the metro area that are coming to visit often and spending their Saturdays with us or taking field trips with us. And I hope that people know that our museums are focused on improving the quality of life for those in Jackson, and that when this bridge comes across with that day, that all of us will be there celebrating, because we are the ones that have been championing this to come to fruition. I also want to talk about a little bit more. We kind of talked about my renovation, but I know you guys are going through it too. Angel, tell us about it.
We're currently under a $3 million renovation, just improving the visitor flow and visitor services, those meeting spaces. We're also going to be putting in a gem mining sluice, so that's coming this spring. So it'll be really fun. You can come to the new improved gift shop and buy your gems and go mining out at the sluice. And we have new exhibits coming in, so we're opening this weekend the Giants of the Ice Age.
Very timely,
yes,
considering we just had a little bit of ice here in Jackson.
We brought those. Sorry, we brought the Ice Age. And then we're really excited. So that'll be through the summer. And then this summer, we're going to bring the Lego exhibit to Mississippi, and that's never been to Mississippi before. So we're super excited about that.
That's going to be really fun. I can't wait to see what that looks like. Well, thinking about 2026 still and what's on the horizon, what's next for y'all, Teresa? What do you have this year?
Oh, we've got renovations going on. We're very excited. We've just celebrated our 40 years. So we're putting new roofs on some of our exhibits out in Small Town. We've got our new garden put in, so our outdoor space for weddings. And now we're looking at our foundation, who is getting ready to put on our Pickle Fest, which is one of our biggest fundraisers. And just excited to see what we'll be able to do in the future with that.
What about the Children's Museum, Emily?
We are gearing up for an exciting summer. This May, we will welcome a new traveling exhibit to our space called Emotions at Play that's based on Disney Pixar's movie Inside Out. So I think it will be a wonderful opportunity for children and families to engage around very meaningful social emotional health, which is something that's so important for parents to have the language to talk to their children and children to be able to understand how to communicate what they're feeling. We're also looking forward to sharing, and I'm going to share this because the title of this podcast is Inside the LeFleur Museum District, but our museum right now is in the silent phases of a capital campaign. We are raising $22 million to expand our building 20,000 square feet and create a new STEM gallery for 4th to 6th grade students, to create dedicated space for professional development, dedicated space for our after-school students, and more family programming. So stay tuned for that, but we are very excited about this project and hope to break ground on that later this year. We also are working on our phase 2 of our World at Work exhibit. We talked about the Nissan Aria earlier. We had renovated the front half of our World at Work gallery last year, so we've got some new changes and exciting things coming to the back phase of our World at Work area.
It's so exciting. It's hard to believe all 4 of us are in some form of renovation at the same time, but have remained open the entire time. We haven't closed our doors. We've keep our visitors coming. So at the Sports Hall of Fame this year, we will celebrate our 30th anniversary of our museum opening its doors in 1996. And so we are so excited to have that a special event in April to really celebrate. We're going to be bringing back Hall of Famers from many, many years back to come and celebrate with us and tell their stories and get to celebrate while we're here. And then on July 4th, 2026, we will have our 30th Watermelon Classic 5K. So we're very excited to do that. And we're going to be doing that on America's 250th birthday. So I wanted to kind of touch on that. Teresa, you want to talk a little bit about America 250?
Oh, we are so excited about 250. Our commissioner began doing that in October for the fair, and he's carrying it through the rodeo time. But we are now reaching out for grants for those, and we've got merchandise. As my general store manager says, it's the only place in town to get it. But he's excited about the 250 merchandise. But we have got some amazing speakers that will be coming every month the entire year. And so looking forward to seeing what that's going to be like. And we'll send you some information so you guys can come and visit.
We wouldn't miss it. Do either of y'all have anything else to add on America 250?
Yes, we have revamped one of our most popular traveling exhibits, Story to Stage, and added period costumes, specialized books that celebrate the last 250 years of our heritage. And that exhibit will be traveling across the state this year. It's at the Mississippi Children's Museum right now to kick off the celebration, but we look forward to seeing that travel statewide.
Moonlight Meteors and Music event out in the park. We always have the symphony come in May, and so we'll have the patriotic theme this year, and there'll be celebrations across the state and all state parks, so with the patriotic theme.
This has been Inside the LeFleur Museum District. I hope you feel like you've gotten the inside scoop, and there is more to come, so make sure and like and subscribe where you get your podcasts and continue to listen to us. We will be dropping 1 episode a month for the next several months, and we look forward to speaking to you again soon.